Surprisingly for some, there is a lot ahead for FNAF, even in the foreseeable future. We have so much coming up, and I'll go over what is in for the beloved horror franchise in the future as of now. So firstly, let's talk about the main topic, the games. So as we know, Steelwall released Security Breach 7 months ago now, and it's received a mixed reception, to say the least. I personally loved it, and I'm sure I've mentioned that many times, although I was a bit disappointed with the extent of the cut content. However, Steelwall is planning to release a DLC for Security Breach next year, which, as we all know, will be free. This means that it will definitely have some sort of a lore relevance and isn't simply an add-on that would be considered non-canon. Now, looking at Steelwall's history with Scott, they've only ever made 2 games since their partnership, and to be fair, they have been huge games. We also still have the rumoured Into Madness that Scott had announced a while back. I'm not really sure what that is and if or when it will be made, because a confusing thing is that it was mentioned in the files of the Balloon Boy game in Security Breach. But I'm almost sure we'll have some form of a game after Ruin releases, as Steelwall and Scott's partnership has only just started. So game-wise, we have Ruin, possibly Into Madness, although we haven't heard about that in ages, and I'm guessing there will be more Steelwall FNAF games too, as it'll only make sense. Now, let's move on to the aspect that makes all FNAF theorists shiver in fear, the much-beloved books. Now, so far, we've had the Freddy Files series, the Silver Rise trilogy, and the Fazbear Fright series, colouring books not counted. We have a full series of books upcoming soon called Tales of the Peterplex, and it will also probably last over the course of the 2 years that Fazbear Frights did, which will be amazing and automatically guarantees other new content for the FNAF franchise, making sure that it stays alive. We also have the Security Breach files upcoming, which is quite interesting as we've never actually had a book designated to a specific game. It's always been a collective thing, like the Freddy Files series. That should be really good, since it could mean that Security Breach is much bigger than we once thought. I'm not sure if it's going to cover Ruin 2, since it was announced a while back, before Ruin was even announced, but I assume since it's not even released yet, they could do some pre-production changes. Now, the next segment that is in the works for FNAF is the movie, which I may make a video on at some point in the future, separately. It's been in the works for 7 years now, ever since 2015, which is absolutely crazy. I don't think I can think off the top of my head of a film that's been in production for that long. Obviously, it's very hard to convert such a lore-heavy franchise like FNAF into a movie, as all aspects must be considered in order for it to be executed perfectly, which is why there have been so many script changes. The last script announcement we had was the Mike screenplay, which has as of recent been scrapped. But we did get some hints from Jason Blum suggesting that we'll get some news and that it's dangerously close, possibly releasing in 2023. I couldn't really make out if he was referring to the movie releasing in 2023 or if he meant the news, but either way, I cannot wait. I predict that the movie will be in between containing lots of lore and also being able to be appreciated by new fans, oblivious to the entire thing, so a good balance is key. Now, the next segment is one that is quite big, and people have been waiting for ever since the release of FNAF 1. But before I get into the next segment, 90% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, and it would mean so much for me if you would, because I'd like this channel to grow as much as possible this year, so do subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates. Now, the next aspect is the newly announced Freddy Fazbear's Pizza delivery service, which means that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now real. Although not in the form of a physical restaurant, you can order pizza and have it delivered straight to your door. This was announced a few days ago, and I'm not sure when it's going to release. By the looks of things, it'll be either late 2022 or some point in 2023, as many key releases are having a habit of releasing in 2023. I'll definitely order it once and record a video on it. The final aspect that we'll be seeing is the FNAF merchandise. Although the hype for the Funko figures has somewhat died down recently, there is still plenty of merchandise coming in the near future. Funko is pumping out many action figures, which I absolutely love, and U2's is also getting involved immensely, now rumoured to possibly be making a DJ Music Man and Sun and Moon figures, which I'd love to see, especially DJ Music Man. Plushies seem to be also made quite regularly, with FNAF AR1 being the most prominent, and Dorko's Hex and FNAF collaboration has many upcoming releases, the next one being the toy animatronics, which should be wonderful. Theoryware seems to also have regular collaborations with FNAF, so I think we'll be seeing many of those in the foreseeable future. So overall, there is a lot in the future for FNAF, especially 2023, and the series is going to be absolutely thriving. We're going to have some movie news in 2023, and also Ruin will release as well. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the future of FNAF, and what would you like to see happen? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.